Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Never Open Podcast, the podcast open to everyone except Clive Palmer. What an idiot. My name is Luke. I am your host of the Never Open Podcast, and with me, as always, is Mr. Andy. Say hello, Mr. Andy.
Hey, Luke, my name is Mr. Andy, and I'm here to talk about wrestling. We're going to talk about the real Dontaku. We're finally eating the tacos. We're finally meeting Dawn on both nights, and these were
That's
great
right.
shows.
Yeah, I like how they, like, night two, I was like, oh, this is going to be kind of preview tag house show, and then they're like, nah, let's just mix it up by putting wrestlers I've never seen or haven't seen in ages in each of the teams and have a stardom match and all this kind of stuff. It was great. So yeah, but before we get to Don's tacos for real this time, we're not on the road to them. We can eat them now.
We got there.
That's right. There are ways people can contact and interact with us if they wish to. We are on the Blue Sky, neveropenpod.bluesky.social. I'm there too. Grumpy2eb.bluesky.social, and Mr. Andy is at drucifertweets.bluesky.social. There you go. Get us there. If you want to send us a written or voice email, you can do that too. neveropenpod@gmail.com. Also, if you got any of that Sasha Banks money, kick it our way. We have a Teespring store where you can get merch that'll make you look never as fuck. And watch me crush this intro on YouTube. Hell yeah. Hi. Never Open Podcast. Hey, how's it going? Yeah. Do you like my white screen? The one I always use? Gotta pimp it out somehow. I don't know. I don't think I can. It's charities. I'm just borrowing it. But anyway, watch us on YouTube. Hi. Like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. Thank you.
Should do all those things if you want. You know, no big
deal. Only if you
no
want.
pressure, folks. We're not high pressure here. I don't know why people are saying that we are.
Yeah,
we aren't. Stop saying that.
Right.
People always talking about us, Luke.
It's rumors and lies.
I don't like it, But anyway, this show is at Fukuoka, and Walker and Chris are on the call, and it's packed in stacks, and the crowd's crazy, and I like it a lot. It seems like doesn't seem like the building's huge to me. Like, it seems like it's like not one of those giant venues, but one of those that are like, they're like medium, but didn't seem like there were many empty seats, and the crowd was very happy to be there.
Oh yeah, they're loud all night. It's great, and they're loud for this too. It's Katsuya Morishima versus Daiki Nagai. I've seen a few of these, and yeah, this is just as awesome as all the other ones have been. There's Daiki Nagai doing knee bars and stuff. Like, they're graduating a little bit, whereas it's like, I could do my 1 millionth brab. I can. You mean I can do a knee bar, Nagata-san? Oh, thank you. So they're mixing up the submissions, both gentlemen, which is nice. I think Murashima even puts a handprint on Daiki Nagai's chest. Yeah. Neither of these guys are fucking around, and their young lion chemistry is really good. Like, they all seem to have this like one kind of consistent level, young lions, but sometimes you get a couple young lions, you're just like, oh, these two gel like really well against each other, and I think these two are two of those. The crowd loves Nagai's huge monkey flip. Nice. Bring it to the big show, Daiki Nagai. Smart man. And there's a fucking ouchie and huge looking power slam by Murashima onto Daiki Nagai before some brutal looking brabbage for the end of the match. Good stuff.
Do you think that conversation backstage goes like this? It's like Daiki Nagai's like, hey, Yuji Nagata-san, do you think I could do a knee bar? And the guy was like, yeah, let me show you how to do it.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, no, I know how to do it. I know. He's like, no, I have to show you. Come here.
It's occupational health and safety that I put you in this hold right now.
It's like Stu Hart.
He's just, yeah, exactly. And Nagata's just like, hey, would you rather I show you, or I can get Suzuki on the phone?
That's right.
I
mean, Tiger Mask is backstage too, and he is a jerk. So I'm just saying, you don't want him showing you either.
And look, he might be a gaijin, but Zack Sabre Jr. would be happy to show you how to put a knee bar on. Like, happy to do it.
Well, next week we have Yano, Bars, Yo, and Wato versus Hartley Jackson, Fujita, Robbie, and Rihoi Iwa. And Team Affiliate is out to Watto's music, and I like that. So
Yeah, same.
they also updated his entrance video. It's no longer Terminator Vision or whatever it was. And it's like it's more like, hey, Watto, color blue. He is a guy that kicks and stuff. And it was like, okay,
Yeah.
this is more like actually makes sense. But anyway, Robbie and Yo start. They're all mad, or well, Robbie's all mad. There was a very brief encounter, but then Robbie calls Watto a doofus. Fuck that. I don't like it, man. That's not cool.
No, I didn't like it
Who does he
either.
think he is, you know? So
Yeah.
Watto and Fujita, they get in, they run the ropes. It's very nice. Yano gets in, and TMDK beat the shit out of him. And the big fellas get in. They duke it out to the delight of everyone. Shimmy shake on Hartley Jackson. Everybody gets in the pool. Then the heavies resume. Bars hoist Jackson up on his shoulders from like the shimmy shake position to the like fireman's carry position. And that is a real good way to break your neck, man. Like I mean, I know he knows what he's doing. I don't know what I'm talking about, but man, that looks like really dangerous. And I hate when guys do that, but he did it and he didn't quite get Hartley all the way up. So Hartley lands right on his head and he's like, okay. Then pushes him over. You can't. And he pins poor Hartley.
Yeah. Look, Oleg is pretty new, so can he eat a loss every now and again, please? Like, I'm starting to like him, but now I'm starting to get annoyed that he's winning too much, especially against a guy I like more than him anyway. So, you know, there is that. That's a little annoying. Just to mix up the friggin' finishes. Come on, man.
Nope.
Just mix them up. Yano can eat a pin. Like, you're not doing anything with Yano. Okay, fair enough. All right, I'll move on. No, Mr. Andy says no, and that's just how it is.
Eugene Nagata is like, you want me to show you how to lose? I don't know why he sounds like that. He does in my mind. He sounds like Stu Hart, but with a deep voice.
Oleg, bring Hartley Jackson over here. I'll show you how to do a fireman's carry.
Yeah, let me show you how to do it.
Eugene Nagata is Stu Hart's now my favorite thing. Oh, it's going to make me laugh all episode, I think. Next, we have Takataichi. Oh, my God.
Yes.
Wednesday night, we're watching Takataichi Mania 4, baby.
Takataichi Mania.
Oh, my God. Takataichi. Yeah, oh, my God, I'm excited. Takataichi and Tomohiro Ishii and Yuya Uemura versus Ibushi, Hiromu Takahashi, Yota Tsuji, and Tetsuya Naito for the second last time.
Yeah.
Ever. Yeah, so you know, it's I hate to say that with this, like, I like this match, but you know, it's just like the previous match that you just called with those gentlemen. We know what we're gonna get. It's really good. We get awesome Hiromu versus Ishii stuff. I like this mini feud. It's been great. Yoda steps in to go, hey, you want to take it easy on Hiromu? And Ishii's just like, fuck you, I'm busy, and starts beating up on on Hiromu again. Just like Yoda comes in, shoulder tackle, Yoda goes flying, and yeah, Ishii's just like, no, I'm taking out Hiromu. Tunnel vision. I love tunnel vision, Ishii. So they're magic together, those two. There's one point where Naito tries to get involved with something, and Taichi, who's on the apron, just goes whack on top of his head, karate chop, and Ishii gives him a massive German suplex. So I really like that. And then, Bushi nearly gets a sneaky pin on Taichi, though. But fuck that noise. Dangerous suplex. And Taichi gets the win. So,
yeah, it was fun. And, Naito, the crowd's going nuts for him. It's not his last night, but it's close. Interesting to see how he is emotionally in his last match in New Japan. We'll see if it matters to him. So, next, Luke, we have Fisherman and Taguchi versus Newman, Great-O-Khan, and Bag. And Newman's getting the pin, right? He's getting the pin in this match. This is his last chance, so he has to get the pin here, right?
Look, surely he can pin Taguchi or something. Surely they could have given him a string of wins in rando tag matches to make him look any semblance of a fucking threat. No, he pinned Yoshihashi once, and no, maybe it's different this time. Please.
This crowd loves Goto. I mean,
I don't get
I don't understand it, but they really like him, and they get their guy starting versus Newman. And if Newman doesn't pin Goto here, I'm not sure what we're doing. But we get some fun stuff between Taguchi and Great-O-Khan. Taguchi sits on Great-O-Khan's head in the middle of the ring. That's fun. So Great O'Khan responds by sticking his thumb up Taguchi's butt. And he looks surprised. Like usually he likes it or something, but this time he just seems surprised that his thumb went up there. He was like, "Huh, I didn't know it would go up that far." You know, it was pretty funny.
You reckon Great O'Khan doesn't he's got a long nail or something, thumbnail?
Oh.
Is it the sticky tape finger that he used as well? So that felt weird. What's going on?
But Goto gets a hot tag. He runs wild. Boo. We get some Bag versus Yoshihashi, a classic matchup. And there's a karate fight standoff between Taguchi and Great O'Khan. And the worst Shoto I've ever seen. Almost as bad as that one the other day on Bag. And fishermen have to be strong, Luke. They have to be strong. Goto is going for the most, this next match that he's going to face, Newman in is for the most defenses ever of the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. So, we got to make him strong.
Dude, he's the fucking you and I immediately, as soon as the 1, 2, 3 hits and he's the champion, are like, well, this fucking sucks. I'll get this out of the way now. Right? This fucking sucks. But, hey, you never know. Maybe they'll give him some credible fucking people to wrestle against. Only one, and that's because he won a tournament that he probably should have won last year in David Finlay. Everybody else, not believable. It's not Yuji Nagata of 2004. It's, it's not Tanahashi 10 years ago, or even 5 years ago. It's, I don't know what they... As the Mystery Science people would say, it stinks. And, I don't like it at all.
Mystery Science people.
Yeah.
That doesn't sound like what you're talking about. You know what I mean? All those Mystery Science people. That sounds like a group of, like a political group.
Oh, sorry.
The Mystery Science people, like the Christian Monitor or something like that.
Yeah. There's some kind of right-wing think tank or something. No, I meant Mystery Science Theater 3000, everyone. That's right. MSTQ 3K, right?
I know. I was just kidding around.
Just in case some of our listeners, everyone knows. I'm just over-explaining. Anyway, next we have the TV title match. It is El Phantasmo versus Konosuke Takeshita. And hey, Rocky Romero's here. Yay. We haven't seen him for ages.
He's greasy as fuck now, too. Look at him. He's so greasy. I love it.
He seems kind of happy to have an outwardly heel-like persona now, because he's always kind of had that under the surface, sneaky style and all that kind of stuff. So it's good. Takeshita doesn't even take his robe off before he just smashes ELP in the fucking face and then hits a tope on him. That's nice. Hell yeah. And then, excuse me. Ooh, Takeshita, he then sends El Phantasmo into the ring post, rolls him up, but rolls him into the ring, but ELP, he hits a senton. It's kind of really great, fast-paced, high-impact stuff, which is kind of what you expect from these guys. It's great. ELP even dives over the railing to hit Takeshita and Romero, mostly Romero. But it's ELP he's like, look, dude, you didn't like it losing that title due to a count out, did you? Did you, mate? You seem to be going for a lot of count out wins with this belt. Are you a heel now? What's going on? That's heel shit. Takeshita rolled you back in. What are you doing? And he's the heel. I don't know. That was weird. Anyway, ELP wants to show how hard he is, though, by inviting strikes from our champion, being the never open champion. Also, it's good to see that belt again. And so ELP takes some brutal looking, gnarly strikes. You're going to invite it in. Takeshita's going to smack you around. It's awesome. And I love a good bastard driver or whatever they call it. And Takeshita's is always gnarly as fucking hell. I love that. ELP hits a cool sit out power bomb for 2.
It was a Liger bomb, man. That was as Liger as it gets. It was awesome.
It's a rarity also from El Phantasmo as well. You don't see him do too many of those. It's freaking cool, man. If he's going to mix up some power stuff into his game, he's going to have to if he wants that never title. So power bomb for 2, then a CR2. There's a surprise blue thunder bomb from Takeshita, but it's only for 2. Poison Ranas galore by both men. Oh, Takeshita, no, but ELP gets one. Takeshita hits one too. I'm just like, I love those moves. They're probably safe, right? Like, I don't know. You could probably walk me through how it's done, and I could just, I've seen enough. I could probably figure it out. But that move always just makes me go, oh, every time Poison
And
runs for
those
some reason.
guys are great at doing it. Not everybody's good
Yeah.
at that move, like Shingo. But there's a lot of guys who are very, very good at it. And like when you get two of them in the same ring, you want them to do a bunch of those, and they did. It's fun. So
Yeah. So, it's like, yeah, it's like the whole suplex spots, I'm going to suplex you. I'm up. I rolled up out of it. I'm going to suplex you, but Poison Rana style. It's fucking awesome. Oh my god, they lariat each other. They're getting close. They're trying to get each other's their moves on. Oh no, time's running out. And ding, 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 ding. It's a 15-minute draw. I only saw this match going one of two ways. Sorry, El Phantasmo. Either a draw, which is what we got, or Takeshita gets another title.
yeah.
Because I love ELP, and I think New Japan likes him too. But I don't particularly think they've ever consistently booked ELP super strong, if that makes sense.
Yep,
Like,
that's fair.
So, and one thing I know about this whole last year, I guess, well, since they've been using a bit, co-signed on Takeshita, is yeah, they're booking him strong, big time. In fact, he's already broken the record for most title defenses with that never open title. So yeah.
Yeah, this match gave me wrestling blue balls.
Yeah.
I didn't really like it. I don't know. I mean, the match is good and everything, but I was like, eh. There's parts of the show that I was like, meh, about. And I don't know why. I'm not really into this storyline. I'd rather see him face bars again, Takeshita. I'd rather see him face someone big who is a big tough guy instead of a flippy guy who is trying to be big and tough. And I like ELP, but
we
I don't like this matchup really,
But then they announced him for the never open title, and I was just like, all right, man, show us if you're hard enough. Let's go. But I'm like, I don't know. We're gonna find out what he's doing after the second night. But I'm just like, what about a Gabriel Kidd or something like that? Like, I'd love to see him hold that title for a while. Like, I think he's got that vibe. I don't know, man. Yeah, I feel it. Also, I like the idea of this title, but don't have a title like this unless you've got the balls to make someone lose in under 15 minutes. If you don't, there's a lot of draws for this title, and it's not as if it's like not as if. And look, it's not like the old days where there are lots of draws for title matches. I'm like, Ric Flair was doing 60-minute draws all the time, not fucking 15-minute draws, It's like, yeah. So
yeah, you're right. There's a lot of draws for this title. It's almost every single champion. If they're going to have it for a little while, they at least have one draw. Usually that means then they face that guy again, right? So that's what's happening here. That's what happened with Cobb and Zack Sabre Jr. That's what happened with Cobb and somebody else. I can't remember who, but it's it's a thing. So they are getting a little lazy with that stuff, but it's okay. New Japan's about giving you those great matches, and that's what they're trying to do. So next we have another match. It is Tanahashi versus Zack Sabre Jr. and Marty Asami is here, and he's not just jerking the curtain and disappearing for the rest of the show. So,
dude, night two, I think something must have happened with the bus, man. The bus must have had a flat, or they had to park it a long way away near the train station or something. And
they had to he forgot to put the parking brake on, and someone goes, "Oh my God, there it goes!" And Marty just went running away, right. In his little silver shoes. But anyway, I was happy to see him. So this match is like, this is probably the last time these guys are going to have a singles match. So that's really cool. And I'm here to see it. And they are both tricky assholes. So it's like, it's a really fun match where tricky assholes try to out asshole trickery each other, And at the beginning, they both do the cravat of doom and they keep just doing it to each other over and over again. And that made me laugh. So, and Marty requests a clean break from both gentlemen and he gets it. And they're like, yes, Marty, we will do that.
We respect you.
Yes. I don't know if they're saying that. They respected his command at that moment. Right. So his request. Cool. So Zack Sabre Jr. gets the neck crank 3 times on Tanahashi, and he starts putting wacky holds on Tanahashi right and left. And Marty looks right in the eyes of the ace, and he asks him many times, "Give up!" Many times. But the ace comes back with big strikes. He runs through his shit. Dragon screw from ZXJ. Oh my God. Zack hits kicks and slaps, and Tanahashi leans into the slaps and fuck you while he's holding his leg. And Zach's like, well, fuck you. Keep slapping him, slapping. He's like, I'm not letting go. Huge dragon screw, and then another one. And then they have like a backslide battle. They both hit twists and shouts and a Zach driver, and that was great. But Zack Sabre Jr.'s leg is fucked. He can't get to the fucking pin. Canadian dragon screw from the ace. High fly flow. And Tanahashi goes for another. Knees up. Zack Sabre Jr. puts a choke on. Tanahashi turns it into a cloverleaf, and that was really cool. Or he tries to. He doesn't get him turned over all the way, but that was really neat. Then they both get some roll-ups for 2. Tanahashi gets an O'Connor roll, and that still looks good. It still looks good when he does the O'Connor roll. He can still do that great. But he blasts his own head on the mat. He kind of overcommits to that move and doesn't get his hands up in time and just blasts his own head on the mat. It's like, ow. But rear naked choke, Zack Sabre Jr. wins. Good stuff. Respect after the match. But, gosh, that should have been Naito on night 2.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have done both. You know what I mean? Why not do both?
Like, look, Naito got on his back once for Taichi. So, and that's it. That's the only on his back he's doing.
He's like, I know how top guys do this. They just win every match and leave.
That's how Okada did it, and I love him. No, that made me like him less, I think. But he did it once for Taichi, so maybe he likes Taichi backstage. You never know with Naito how he feels in real life to anything really, because he's just got this persona. I don't know. Yeah, we'll talk about it, but I like this match a lot. It was great. Another one of Tanahashi's great kind of final matches with people, and got to have one with Zach. One of my earliest kind of cool memories of New Japan Pro Wrestling is starting my first G1, and the first person I saw Zack Sabre Jr. twist up like a pretzel and have tap out was Tanahashi, and I didn't realize at the time that Tanahashi tapping out was fucking rare as hen's teeth. So yeah, awesome moment. So this is great. I loved it, and I love the next match too. It's oh my god, it's Shota Umino versus Shingo. Chumpy's here for this, and he has to, because the Never Champ had a TV title match on tonight. Well, Shingo's just like, and Shota as well. They're both like, well, the fans need a never open match on the card. So, do you want to do it? Yeah, all right, let's do it. And that's what this is. Never as fuck, by the way.
The whole run has been that way, though, right? I mean, this has been like very violent. Which I enjoy.
But like, I feel like this is extra stank in the good way, extra sauce. Like the match. Like, I hate you. Mm-hmm. Or it's Shota going like, man, why do you hate me? And as he's figuring it out, it's like, you know what? Fuck you. So I'm gonna hit you just as
well. Shingo, like on Twitter or something like that, Shota Umino brought up some old shit, which I'm not gonna bring up, but some old shit about Shingo that he did not like. And so that's kind of what this is all about.
I think some of it was, as Chris mentioned on commentary, that Shingo's only ever beaten Shota as a young lion, and Shota has beaten Shingo, and I guess well, we need some fucking strong ass contenders, because people are leaving the company, aren't they? So we need some freaking top guys. One just beat Tanahashi, and one's just about to beat the absolute shit out of Shota Umino. And I thought they were going to go the other way with this, but we already saw Shota lose to Goto. Oh, man, God, that was another match that Goto had as a title match in America, and I was like, yeah. And that was not the main event too, so I'm glad about that. So
Goto's not in this match though, right?
No, he isn't, but I'll bury him somehow. So Shingo, he brings a chair to the ring, and before even Marty's rang the bell, he's just thrown the chair right at Shota, boom, right away. And he just starts wailing on Shota and then shoving Marty down. I was like, wow.
Fuck Marty. Get out of the way.
I know he's LIJ Rudo, but like, I think I like big dick Shingo. Like, big fucking asshole Shingo is, I love it.
He's got a big dick and a big asshole, and he's here to fucking show everybody.
That's right. And he can make one go into the other one, and it's not the way you think.
Marty has to pay if he wants to watch that.
Yeah. No, Marty gave up. And Shingo will take him to the floor, And then just as Shota is down, Shinga's just kicking him in the back like an asshole as well. This is an extra stang stuff. Shingo just fucking him up. He's trying to trying to pin his ass right in the middle. And sorry, that's a note that I should have put later on. This is never as fuck. Shingo kicking out early in the match as well, so you don't get that often early in a match where a wrestler's just like up at one. You know, usually it's early in a match, in the mid match it's 1, 2 up. Shingo doesn't like this guy so much that he's going up at 1 in the opening minutes. He's expending that energy as a big extra go fuck yourself, Shota Umino. Oh my god. So yeah, it's happening. This man hates him. And you know, while Smarty's not paying attention because he's a chump, and he always will be, no matter how much we love him. Shingo just takes a chair to the back of Shota and just whacks him in the head with it too. I'm like, okay, awesome. It's like Shingo's like, I hate your face, I hate your vibe, I hate your existence, all of it. You know, and he's doing that thing of like, are you gonna hit me? I'm going to do the Ishii cell on these. Oh my god. Wrist control lariats as well. Wrist control. Smacked him down, pulled him up, smacked him back down again. By the way, Shota's bumping in this. Like, I don't have to say it with Shingo. It's awesome. But Shota Umino's bumping this whole match for all these kind of power moves that have like the extra sauce on them. Yeah, he knows what he's doing. He's, you know, I have to put him over here. He's pretty good. He's pretty good. So, yeah, I hate that I have to do that, but no, I don't. Yeah, there's a dragon screw by Shota. He goes for the STF. Nah, that's not going to work, mate. Shingo makes the ropes. Dragon suplex by both of them, and a German suplex by Shooter. Hey, there we go. I love me some Germans. That's awesome. More lariats by Shingo, and Shota goes for a tornado DDT. He misses, but Shingo gets one of his own. There's a made in Japan. Shooter hits this fucking awesome power bomb. And it's dude, that's the second powerbomb I've seen by dudes that don't often do powerbombs in every match.
That he does now.
Freaking
That's
awesome.
now part of his thing is he does power bombs now. So, you know.
Yeah, so yeah, he power bombs now. Yeah, he power bombs now. Mm-hmm. So yeah, no, that's awesome. It's oh my god. There's a Canadian GTR by Shingo in this match. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, okay, that's interesting. Because yeah, that's a go-to move. Someone's making a statement here. There's a burning dragon and a massive pumping bomber for 2. Huge Last of the Dragon for 3. It's such a gnarly looking Last of the Dragon that you look at Shota's face after it, and he's bleeding out the nose. Shingo, because he's a very nice, kind, and very considerate gentleman, takes an ice bag and just dumps it on his freaking face.
Talks a bunch of shit.
And then on his way out, he noticed that Takeshita exists, and he's like, I'm the fucking Neverest. Fuck you. And then he leaves. I'm like, man, he is the coolest man in New Japan. Oh my goodness.
I like that match too. I thought it was really good. I thought Shota gave as much as he got. That's what I thought. You know,
maybe
I'm
just
you just have tunnel vision. So
yeah.
I mean, Shingo won decisively, but you know, I thought the Shota got a lot of good shit in, and Shingo was bumping around and doing his cartoon cell and stuff, which is fun. And I didn't watch this show live, so I was spared. Although I did watch the dog pound match pretty much right after it happened. Like, you know, I like woke up and it was over, or maybe I did watch it live and just scooted up. I can't remember. Anyway, point is, I didn't have to sit through the cage getting set up. But they did a pretty good job. They had a video package, and then we get some thoughts from Japanese commentary, and then it was set up. And it was the same match, or the same cage from the original dog pound steel cage match. And that was 2 years ago. Right. So that was a long time ago. But loser leaves Bullet Club, War Dogs versus Hot. And War Dogs come out, and it's all of them, and they climb the cage to enter, and they all have kendo sticks, and they're all like angry, and you know, we're gonna fuck you up. And you know, House of Torture always comes out first, of course, so they're there waiting, and everybody fights. And it's chaotic madness. But we get some actual wrestling eventually from Sho and Ishimori, and that starts and everybody in the pool spot in the ring. And they do a lot of stuff in the ring. You know what I mean? They don't forget the ring exists, which is is fun. So Sonata hits a Canadian low blow on Maloney when he tries to get in the ring, and Dan returns the favor moments later, which is fun. So Drillakilla is foiled by a low blow, and Sonata starts using a fork on Drilla. All right. So he's the first one that starts bleeding a little bit, right? It takes a bit, but they finally give him he's not gigging. He's like waiting for them to leave him alone, so he's not waving a blade around near somebody else. And as soon as they get him alone, he's like, and he starts bleeding. So then Dick Togo and Yujiro appear outside the cage, and they help Connor start bleeding. It's like, we got to get blood on all these baby faces. We got to get them bleeding, damn it. So that's what we're doing. So House of Torture beat up Dan in the ring for quite some time. And then they used that table that Gato barely went through the other day. It was all taped up at the bottom.
I fucking love New Japan going like, hey, that table didn't break. Yeah, we use it tomorrow night. Yeah, it's fine.
We'll break it again, later. But that was fun. So Dick to Dick contact off the cage is foiled by Connors, and we get a 5-on-5 corner punch with barking. And it's like there's only 4 corners. So Finley has Evil in the middle of the ropes, right? And he's doing it right there, Everybody else is up in the corners. So Finley suplexes Show onto everyone else on the outside, and that is the spot of this match, in my opinion.
I love that spot.
Because
you never see suplexes to the floor like that because you killed the fucking other guy.
Right. Killed both of you, So.
Yeah, so you got enough guys there to catch him, and Show's not too heavy and stuff too. It looked fucking awesome too. Yeah,
but it was safe. No one was getting hurt doing that spot, and if they were, it was an accident. So I was really happy with that. That was my favorite spot. So and it's just, I don't know, great spot for everybody. Everybody's down on the outside. So Connors has an aluminum bat that he gets out, but Kanemaru and Show team up to take that shit. DDT on a chair from Kanemaru, who gets out. It gets the first pinfall attempt of the match right there, which is it's not a 3. But Ishimori takes the chair to the head spot where the seat flies off, and Gato's outside the cage. He fights off Yujiro and Dick so that Ishimori can, while bleeding, jump off the cage for a moonsault. Like blood goes everywhere.
Crowd's freaking barking for Ishimori as well. Yeah. I'm just like, I've only ever known asshole, piece of shit, mercenary Ishimori, and like this, and to see him get a chance to actually bask in the crowd, be like, yeah, we like you. I'm like, that's really nice. It was fucking awesome. I loved it.
He's doing cool shit too. Yeah. So, Finley hits a gun stun on Evil and then into Oblivion. And he's going to win. Here we go. But Ren pulls the ref, and Ren's face, like Ren Narita's face whenever he does something evil, he's so happy about it. And it's like, it makes me laugh. So I like that. So then we get Dick Togo throwing powder, all right? And he gets in the cage area. He climbs the cage for a senton onto Finley, who's laying on the table. But then Dick Togo gets put on the table himself, and mega babyface Gato gets from the top of the cage and splashes him, and the table doesn't break. And the crowd chants Gato's name, and he is cracking up laughing.
The crowd laughs and cheers. It's because I guess they're realizing who they're fucking cheering for in this moment.
It's funny, yeah.
Bloody hands Gato. But my favorite part is he lands on Dick Togo. The table doesn't break, and as Gato gets up from landing, he's like, "Oh shit!" And I'm just like, man, his voice just makes me laugh as well. Like, just he's swearing. Whenever he swears, I'm laughing my ass off.
He's giggling too. So
yeah.
So Evil breaks the shillelagh and stabs Finley in the head with it. So that was cool. So now he's bleeding. Evil gets a chain out, and this doesn't really come back, but there's a few tables that are set up by Hot. Drilla gets back up, and he uses the guitar on Sonata in the ring, and that is a shoot guitar shot, and that looked like it hurt real bad. Now Sonata's bleeding. But he hits a TKO through the tables on Maloney. That was awesome. Off the apron. That was fun. Then the 2 stars of the match, Ren and Gabe, get in, and they start throwing haymakers and have like a mini fight right here. And Kid starts firing up, and he's covered in blood, and he gets a table out with barbed wire on it. Ren starts bleeding, and he is bleeding a lot.
Oh, Ren's on the fucking Muda scale. And you remember what you were saying about Ren's smile? Look at his face, pouring blood like Muda with that smile. He looks like a fucking demon. It's awesome.
Terrifying. I love it. So he gets out the push-up bra and he puts Kid on the table, and Ren is bleeding so much it's insane. There's blood on the camera lens. It's so gross. There's a pile driver off the second rope through the table from Gabe Kid on Ren. He pins him. All right, I like this match. Here's why. It wasn't too dangerous. All right. It wasn't too long. That was key. It was long, but it was like a half hour long. Wasn't that long? You know, last one was like an hour and 10 minutes, and it was like, come on. So this was like, there were a lot less huge spots where someone could have got hurt, but I was very happy with all the spots that we did get. And, you know, I guess here we are, Evil and House of Torture are no longer in Bullet Club. So Bullet Club's going to stick around, you know, and be the, be the War Dogs thing. So good for them. You know, now they can go back to being heels or whatever they want to do. And now House of Torture is still House of Torture.
Yeah. I thought this was awesome. I didn't watch this live. I watched most of the show live, and I had to rewatch Shingo versus Shota because, you know, there was an Australian election on, and the polls hadn't been closed for that long, maybe 2 hours. And, you know, you don't expect the fucking any results to come until until after I'd finished this show, really. Instead, the lefties won, or the whatever. You know, it went the way I wanted it to. The landslide, one of the biggest smashings in Australian political history for this side. Awesome. And like now I'm just like, all right, there's no way I'll be able to take notes for Shota and Shingo and this match. So I'll watch this the next day, and I'll let you know that like the reason and stuff. And you sent me a message going, like, dog pound match is not bad. It's actually really good. And I was just so much relaxed after that, like, because I was so nervous. You know, because that last one was a fucking disaster. I think the Bullet Club guys have learned, because that there was nothing that made me feel like that's too much or that's taking too long to set up or to do. And one thing you know about the House of Torture guys, and one thing I think that they probably pride themselves on, is their fucking timing for things.
Yeah, it's always good, right?
Always good. Like you've now got two ex-LIJ guys in that group, so you know timing. Like it's all there. So everyone had a chance to shine and do something cool, whether it's a cool bump or to do a cool move, and it was just fucking awesome. Everyone got a chance to do that. The chain might not have been a huge part of the match, but post-match, Evil chokes Finley with it, and Finley's like in the backstage comments, all right, motherfucker, we're gonna do a dog chain match, you and me.
Yeah, dog collar match, obviously.
You know, because
so that'd be fun.
Like the commentary, this was Chris, incorrectly says that this whole feud started because Sonata betrayed them. I'm like, no, it started because Ren Narita and House of Torture decided to beat the shit out of Gabriel Kidd.
Yeah.
Which is why the match ends with Ren Narita and Gabriel Kidd, you know? And Gabriel and Ren Narita, like, sure, he takes the loss, but look at his face. He knows not to wipe his face at all. He doesn't touch it. He knows he looks fucking cool as hell. He knows. He just knows. And how cool do you look taking a freaking pile driver through a barbed wire table? Like, I'll take that pin. Like, yeah, no problem. You had to look like you killed me to end that match. Like, exactly. Like, and for a House of Torture match to kind of be like, no, you've got to kill me for this to be over, with instead of like, you've got to overcome our cheating. That's pretty cool. Everyone looked kind of badass in this. And you know, House of Torture got to look nefarious as hell as well.
Gabe Kidd gets the mic after the match, and he gets the crowd barking. And BC War Dogs are undefeated in dog pound cage matches. Bullet Club for life. He says, fuck Yuya and Tsuji. We are saving this company. And I really like that. And then in the post-match comments, you talked about it. Finley says he's not done with the Evil. They got the dog collar match. That'll be probably Dominion or something. But Gabe Kidd also, like, he gets real quiet. And he's got blood all over his face. His eyes look crazy. And he says he doesn't need to shout anymore. And he starts like giving a promo like that. And he's a fucking psychopath. It's awesome. So
I loved his promo as well. Like, we're saving New Japan. And if you ain't down with that, you ain't my dog for real. starts barking. And, you know, and of course, this is what you have to do in wrestling, because if you don't do it, like, what are you doing? Because he gets on the mic, he's like, AJ, Kenny J, fuck all of them. This is Bullet Club right now, the #1 Bullet Club. And I'm like, yeah, I think, like, I really like this version. I love this version of Bullet Club, and I love Jay White, but this doesn't have any of the dregs of Bullet Club in it. Like, they've phased out. Like, Yujiro's gone. He's in House of Torture. They've kind of phased out Chase. I think he might just be backups and stuff. Everything, they might need bodies or something. But
he's going to be a war dog if he comes back, which sucks ass. But
hey, war dogs need a job.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, but you know, it just feels like this is a team of freaking awesome wrestlers and guys that look like all badasses. It's great. I love this night.
So I have a question for you though. So when Jake Lee comes back, he will have a choice to make, right? And that'll be fun, you know. So I'm interested to see. I mean, obviously he would just go right back with War Dogs, but do you trust him? You know, I'm interested to see what happens with that. Also, do you think that Gabe Kidd will get his win back from Kenny at some point?
I don't know.
That'd be Forbidden Door. That would be pretty cool, because I think that's fair. That's only fair, especially with Gabe Kidd talking shit the way he does. I'd like to see him win that big match sometime. You know, we'll see if he's going to be any big matches coming up. We'll see. But
I think he's proved himself. Like, he had that awesome match, double knockout with Yota Tsuji, the awesome Kenny match, and
Ishii,
Ishii 40 almost 45 minutes with Ishii. This guy can go, and I think he deserves to win a big one. No offense, I mean, I know we beat Ishii at least one of those times, but you know what I mean. Like, he deserves to win no offense to Ishii either, but Kenny's a fucking, like, right up here, right?
Yeah, that would be a big deal, and that he deserves that. But but that was night 1 of Dontaku, and so we got night 2, Luke, and we're back in Fukuoka. Chris and Walker also on the call, but we got a big problem, because this opening match is great. I love it. But Rev Chumpy's out here to ref.
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't understand. Did you think Burra like requested him?
Yeah, maybe. And another guy is kind of retiring from the indies as well. It's like, look, it's my last and only match in New Japan before I retire. Can I have Marty Asami, please?
I request Marty Asami.
I mean, like, he asked for Tiger Hattori first. Oh, he's retired. Oh, can I have Marty Asami then? Don't you want red shoes?
Who?
No. Yeah. Who?
The first match is Gato and Ishimori versus Mentai Kid, not anything else, and Baton Burra. And Burra is dressed like a ship's captain. We've seen him before, like on one of those, like either Takataichi Mania. Yes, sir.
Can I stop you for a moment? Because there is a pre-show match, which is Katsuya Murashima and Ryusuke Taguchi versus...
I didn't get to see that.
Yeah, Jetway and Hitamaru Sasaki. I'll just talk about it quickly then. Chumpy's also reffing this match.
Oh, okay. So he got 2 matches.
Yeah. Taguchi just chills the fuck out while Jet and Hitamaru beat up Murashima. Thank God he's got 2 names. Hitamaru does a face wash on Murashima, and then Taguchi tries to do some butt stuff, and he's not having that. So Hitamaru kind of lines his fucking ass up right next to Murashima's face, and then you got ass face wash, ass face wash. And I'm fucking laughing my ass off. I don't know Hitamura Sasaki or Jetway
was at home really upset about that.
Oh yeah, his missus was on the phone on the Twitter going, "Fuck this Hitamaru, bitch."
I heard he's on steroids for his ass.
Yeah. Yeah, he buys them off Great-O-Khan or something, and like he's a fucking bitch and all this kind of stuff. So that makes me laugh. Taguchi ass triggers both guys. You know, he's bouncing off both ropes and both sides. Murashima takes out Hitamaru with a huge power slam, and Jetway, he has to tap out to the ankle lock. No, he makes the ropes, but hey, just yank him away. And this time he does, what Kurt Angle would do when it's over. Like, don't just do the ankle lock, lay into it, wrap your body around the ankle. He's not going anywhere. And Marty gets his wish in the first match of the night because someone gives up.
Nice.
So there you go. Didn't mean to interrupt you there, but that was just in there.
I didn't know about that match. It wasn't on World when I went to look. So, I don't know. I guess the second match of the night was more chumpy, and it was just to kind of reiterate who was in this. It was Gato and Ishimori versus Mentai Kid, not anything else, like I said, and Baten Bura Bura. Baten Bura Bura is dressed like a ship's captain, and Mentai, not anything else, is a luchador. I'm pretty sure we've seen Bura Bura on one of those, like, do you remember there was like Hiromu's like crazy show or whatever? Didn't we watch that? I think that was like had that guy on it. So or maybe Desperado's show. Anyway, it wasn't
We've definitely seen him before.
It wasn't Takataichi Mania. But anyway, that was fun. So Bura Bura is terrified as soon as the match starts, which I think is funny. He's like, that's not, I didn't come to wrestle. I was like, I thought we were just having fun. But Ishimori and Gato are fucking pissed off. Like, Ishimori's got a cut on his forehead, his little bandage from his bleeding. And Gato outstruts Barbaru, and that was fun. And then after the match, there's a Gato clutch on Bura Bura from Ishimori for the win, which is funny. And then Bura Bura just immediately mobs Marty after the match, just like grabs him and starts fucking with him. It was really funny.
Yeah. It's great fun. These are the only two Bullet Club guys wrestling tonight, by the way, as well. So, it's I'm surprised these two had a match, but then it was like a kind of fun comedy match. I'm like, all right, cool, because these two just have a day off. Oh shit, but next we have, this match is fucking weird. And why is this? It is Wato versus oh man, Wato, you can do better, man. You're slumming it, dude. Like,
yeah,
Wato and Yoshihashi versus Great Khan. Great Khan can also do better. Like, where's Akira? Great Khan and Bag. By the way, I don't have too many notes for this match, but Great Khan, well, like when a wrestler puts their knee out, backbreaker like that, well, he does a belly breaker,
inverted backbreaker.
There you go. Oh, it's inverted. Yeah, sorry. Reverse backbreaker to the front. Reverse front. Yeah. I thought that was cool. You don't see a lot of those. So Great Khan's like, yeah, I know what we're doing, but you know what? I'm going to do this cool front backbreaker move and then gut wrench the shit out of Yoshihashi. So there you go. And then Wato's like, yeah, I also know how to make myself look good in a match that's really weird. Don't worry, Luke. Me and Great Khan have your back, because I'm just going to put Bag in a giant high-angle German suplex, and Bag loses. Yay! And so that was the match. And, Bag lost. And, yeah, that was it.
Yeah, that sure was a match that happened. I the only thing I want to say about that match is this is the first match of the night where I noticed all the blood stains on the mat.
Yeah,
the canvas is covered in blood stains.
They didn't get a new mat.
It made me laugh. So anyway, next week we have a feature Stardom match. It's 6 women tag. Chumpy Jr.'s not here, so they bring in their own ref, the Stardom ref. And this guy, I don't know about this guy. He's very
he knows where to put his eyes.
Yeah, he's very deliberate and slow, and he's looking in places that are just kind of like. So anyway, this guy. But we have Micah, Hazuki, and Kaguma versus Starlight Kid, Azumi, and Yuna Mizunomori. Yuna is a pineapple. She isn't. So she gives her pineapple glasses to Milano, and he loves that. Starlight Kid is a champion of some sort twice or something, but this match is great. We have Starlight Kid facing Kaguma first, and then Yuna tags in and gets triple teamed by Micah and the ladies. And we get to see some stiff shots to the head right away. Contact to the head in Joshi wrestling. It's fine. It's fine. Just kick each other right in the fucking head. Who cares? It's like they don't even try to aim low. They just kick each other right in the head.
Yeah.
Nuts. So there's Micah, and then there's two ladies on her team. What is it? It's Kaguma and Hazuki. They seem like they're a tag team to support Micah. And it's like they really work well together. It's fun. I like them, and they're mean. So let's see here. We get Yuna tags in, and we get tags out. And we get Azumi versus Micah, and that's good shit. Her and Starlight Kid team up and do all kinds of cool moves. And then this is where this happens, where Azumi has like, okay, so Micah tries to suplex Azumi, but she gets like a choke on, and they're like leaned down, and both of their butts are right in the middle of the frame. And all of a sudden, here comes the ref, whoop, right in the frame, looking right at the it was very funny. So
That ref loves his job. Like,
he just
he knows, yeah.
well, he just popped into frame like a gopher, too. It's just it was just very funny. But anyway, that was good stuff. So
Yeah.
anyway, that Yuna is like the punching bag of this match too. She's always getting beat up, and she only gets her shit in at the very, very end, or like towards the end. But we get a 3-way drop kick in the corner for Yuna's team. That was cool. She always needs help. When she gets help, she's doing okay. She's like the Taguchi of this match,
Yeah.
So we get this is where, the good guy team, they're trying to get the win for Yuna. Frog splash from Starlight Kid, double stomp from Azumi, and Yuna hits a big move for the win, but Micah breaks it up. Oh, and everybody gets in the pool and does cool moves. We get double dives from Hazuki and Kaguma, and it gets a replay instantly. That replay was like instant. I was like, wow, guys, take it easy. Did you film this earlier? But there's a double diving doomsday device style power bomb from Micah and her ladies. Yuna almost wins with a roll up, but stalling brainbuster, and Hazuki gets the pin for her team. I like that a lot.
This was an early match. What I love about this match is not only that it exists, but it isn't on the kickoff and it doesn't start the show. Hey, sure, there's nothing wrong with starting the show off. That's fine. You can set the tone, you can set the pace, whatever. But they got to actually. It feels like they're on the card properly when they're kind of down the card a bit,
Agreed.
And it's another kind of short. Let's get all that shit in and do just gnarly moves on each other and make it awesome. Success. It's fucking great. But couple years ago, New Japan would either make this a dark match that you couldn't even watch on World, or they wouldn't even have Stardom ladies on their shows. So it's one of the times you got to thank AW, I guess, for doing that at Forbidden Door and them realizing, hey, maybe people want to see people from the women's promotion that we own. Yeah. And also some cross promotion. You might sell some subscriptions and shit. Like, come on, man.
You're right. It was all AEW's idea.
I'm not saying that, but they did kind of make New Japan look and be like, all right, maybe we don't need to keep these as split up as always. I'm not saying, I'm saying, shut up. This was awesome. I don't know. I was just really happy to see them just not curtain jerking and just being properly on the card and showcased and everything. It was great, and it's a step in the right direction. I love it. So next we have Bolton Oleg and El Fantasmo versus Konosuke Takeshita and Rocky Romero. Oh gee, I wonder who's going to win this and who's taking the fucking pin. I just can't figure that shit out. But you know what? I do like. Oh my god, it's the Never Open champion. Oh, Takeshita's looking so handsome wearing our title. Look at that belt. It's it makes him look even more handsome. What a belt. What a title. Oh, I love it. This is, I still know where they're going with this. And I'm like, Oleg's pinning Romero, isn't he? Yeah, I know. But this is really fun. And we get kind of maybe a little bit of a preview here of ELP and Takeshita going pretty hard on each other, So maybe we're going to see that side of El Fantasmo. If you're watching the English version commentary of this match, you will hear a friend of El Fantasmo's on commentary, maybe one of his trainers or something like that. And he sounds like Ferris Bueller's teacher. You know the one. You're
but Canadian.
Yeah, but Canadian style.
He's like, Bueller, are you a boot?
Yeah.
His name's Aaron Idle, and he helped train ELP and also has had some relationship with New Japan, I guess. So
yeah. So, that's
I thought he had a few. I didn't know he was there, and all of a sudden I'm like, who the fuck is talking right now? And I'm like, and then like Charlton was doing this voice that was kind of similar to that guy's, and I'm like, was that just Charlton? Like, no. And then finally at the end of the match, I'm like, oh, it's him.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's he was maybe should sound a bit more excited on commentary, maybe he sounded jet lagged or something. I don't know. Anyway, I do laugh at this match because, like, I'm like, I would like a surprise here, and they almost give it to me with Romero almost pinning Bolton Oleg, but no, Oleg's got like this invincibility on him, you see, because they love him back at the stages and stuff. But I don't know. I thought it might have been something fun, a little different to have Takeshita and Romero just beat the shit out of him and get the pin. But F5 and a you can't, and Rocky gets jobbed out, as you knew he would. So yeah, that was it.
Yeah, I don't know why you care that result
Oleg
was
wins
like
too much.
Okay. I was just going to
He's become
say
that guy for me now, yeah.
I don't know why you would care if you know who's going to win that match.
I know.
Because it has nothing to do, like the point of the match has nothing to do with who won it. The point of the match is to give you preview stuff and to see this new team and that they're assholes. And they did a great job, man. And we got to see more shit from Takeshita and Bars. Like, everyone was like, oh, yeah, these guys are awesome. So,
I know it's kind of a tease, too, because I'm just like,
great match. I love this tag match. I thought it was fun. So, yes. Next, we have Zack Sabre Jr., Rihoi Iwa, Robbie Eagles, Fujita, and Hartley Jackson versus Yano, Yo, Tanahashi, Ryota, Chikuzan, and Tajiri. And Tajiri is here because why not? You know, I don't know. I don't know why he's here, but I don't care.
I'm retiring, so I want these things to happen. And everyone, because I don't think I've ever heard a bad word ever said about Tanahashi ever. I think they're all going to be like, you know what? We're all going to allow this because Tanahashi is the ace. Yeah. I love this match, by the way.
Yeah, it was fun. Tajiri has gray hair, which looks weird, but he's still Tajiri, and it's fucking wild. So, but the ace honors him with a handshake, and Shikosen too, with a handshake. But Yano gives a hug. Very nice. So, you know, but Zack Sabre Jr. wants Tajiri, and that's what we get. And we get strange and wonderful mat wrestling from them, and it is just wonderful. I loved it. It's so fun. Yeah. So Yo and Robbie are in next, and Yo like pins Robbie when he tries to do his oi 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 bullshit, which made me laugh. So I'm on Yo's side with that. But anyway, TMDK, they beat up Yano for a bit. Shikozen's in next into with Rihoi Iwa, and they have a fun strike battle. Shikozen gets to hit a bunch of shit, like sit out backbreakers. He does a bunch of them, but he sits out when he does backbreakers. It's kind of cool. And he teams up with Tanahashi to do his signature, like, taunt or whatever he does. So they both do it, and all the whole crowd's like, we know that. And me and you were like, well, we know that too. We do.
Sure. We know, we wrote his biography and everything. Like, yeah.
Zach and the Ace get in for some cool reversal stuff, like really cool reversal stuff. Tanahashi does the neck crank on Zack Sabre Jr. And then, you know, we get we got TMDK all team up on the Ace to try and get Hartley the win on Tanahashi, which is fun because we get a little Tanahashi versus Hartley. Tajiri breaks up a pin and runs away. All right. But he's out there doing something.
Yeah,
smacked him and ran, right? Smacked Hartley and ran. So, like, but he was going to the outside for a reason though, because he had to click, you know, get that gland to open up out there. You don't want anybody seeing you do that. There's a secret to it. And all of a sudden he appears, green mist on Hartley Jackson, and that was so great. And then Tajiri holds him for the high fly flow, pinfall victory for Tanahashi. That was a blast. I love that.
All right, if you're gonna lose a match, here's how I'd like, and this is another way I'd love to lose a match. Missed by Tajiri, sling blade by Ryota, and then I'm held down by Tajiri while I get a high fly flow done on me. I'm like, that's not a bad payday for Hartley Jackson right there. What a fucking champ. That was great stuff. I had a lot of fun with that too. Yeah, this was. I'm getting sick of Hartley losing. So, but
Hartley,
if you're gonna,
he's going to be in the video package though at the end of the year when there's like here's what happened in New Japan this year. He's going to be in it, getting sprayed by Tajiri. So
that's it. Yeah. So I know we do one match at a time and all that kind of stuff, but this is the last like Naito match, and you're a huge LAJ guy. Do you want to do this?
Okay, sure. We can. I can talk about this. We get a Naito is leaving video package, right? And it's like, there he is leaving. Remember when he was younger? He's not younger anymore. Now he's leaving. That's kind of what the video package was, So
also Bushi's going too.
yeah. Oh, right. Him too as well. So this match though is Shota Umino. We got Ishii and Takataichi Mania versus Shingo, Naito, Hiromu, and Bushi. Bushi and Naito's last match in New Japan for now. And I have some news for you, Luke, that we'll talk about after this match that you maybe don't know yet. So Bushi is once again wearing a mask similar to the OG LIJ mask, which is cool. So the crowd, of course, goes bonkers for Naito. Naito and Taichi start the match. The crowd is a bunch of jerks. They won't cheer for Taichi. Fuck them. But Naito tags out as soon as the bell rings, though, and sends Bushi in to do his dirty work, just like usual. Bushi gets a bunch of his shit in. He does the double Rana. He's fucking Busharoonie. He's about to do the dive, but no, Taka pulls his leg and laughs like he's Ren Narita. And the crowd's like, boo. That was so funny, man. He celebrated fucking him over. But then we get Hiromu in, and he immediately attacks Ishii before he does anything else. And Taichi's still the legal man, though. So, like, they're tagging in and out, but Taichi's still the legal man, but Hiromu runs over and attacks Ishii, then gets to Taichi. So, that's fun. Then Ishii does get in. He gets in, and we get all kinds of awesome shit between the two. They wrestle match pretty much right in the middle of this, and it's great. Naito gets in and gets over on everyone in the match, just starts beating everybody up like he's fucking Hulk Hogan in that 3-stage cage match with the chair at the end. It's great. So, that was funny. But we get more Shingo versus Shota. It's fucking great. 4-way basement drop kick on Taka, and Shingo says it's time. Everybody in the pool. Taichi takes the last Destino in New Japan.
Yeah, it's awesome.
And Bushi gets his dive right after that. We get Burnt Dragon, and Shingo gets the pin on Taka. And Naito talks some shit to Taichi. He acts like he is. He's probably saying, hey, bro, it was fun wrestling you. See you later. But he looks like he's talking shit.
Oh, yeah.
And Naito attacks Kenta Sato one last time, and we get one last salute. I think it's one last salute. Buenos noches, amigos.
Yeah. So, yeah, I guess he couldn't have the crowd. The crowd would might have done it in America and shit on the rest of the show after this if LIJ had lost this match, right? But Naito didn't get the pin on his way out. It was Shingo because we're gonna keep him hot because we got plans for him because he's not leaving. Chris Charlton is like, hey, yeah, they're leaving. This is their last contracted night of New Japan, but hey, they might come back for contracted shows. I'm like, shut up. Don't put that in my head. Just
my
as
eyes
they're leaving.
Just rolled out of my head.
Dude, don't put that in my head when they're leaving. They're leaving. Now let me get it just to them leaving. So when they come back, I'm like, oh, holy shit, this is cool, right? So just, don't put it in my head that
but this could happen, and then that could happen, and then this could happen, and then that could happen. It's like, fucking shut up! Don't tell me what's gonna happen. Tell me what did happen.
Yeah. So because when Chris says something like that, there's probably a possibility that like, hey, Dominion's around the corner, Naito. Do you wanna wrestle someone? Like, that kind of thing. Like, shut the fuck up. Yeah. Anyway, the next match is.
Well, hang on.
Yes.
So there's news. After this show, and Shingo kind of alludes to it in, we'll talk about him again a little later. But Bushi says that LIJ is over. That this was the last day of LIJ, and that LIJ is now disbanded.
Yeah.
Shingo says something else to that effect later on. So that's news. Yeah. That's news to us. Like, we didn't know that was a thing. I was wondering what was going to happen. So I'm not sitting here saying we need a fantasy book who's going to go where, but like, we need another faction. There needs to be a new faction. There has to be. So, what's going to happen with that? I'm interested to see.
Yeah, me too.
And where would Doki go? Just 4 guys? Will he come back and be the leader of his own faction? That'd be awesome.
Yeah. Look, and don't put any of these now ex-LIJ guys in with Hontai and nerds, please. Like, that's not going to work for me.
At least one of them has to go there. If they're not making another faction, at least one of them's going to go somewhere you don't like.
Anyway, I don't want to think about that right now. Think about I'm in the positive part of my fantasy dream book there, not the Shingo's in the nerd faction. I'm like, no, because I want him to
What
wrestle Ishii and all this stuff. But
What do you think about the whole thing where they say Suji and Yuya are like the sun and the moon? That's fucking cool, man. I love that.
yeah, speaking of fucking cool, well, here it is: Yoda Suji versus Yu Uemura. This is like a rivalry that's been going on for a little bit now, but it also feels like the start of their rivalry still. Like there's so much more to go, and so much more to do.
There was that cool video package, though, right? Where they talked about the sun and the moon thing. And I don't know if you knew this, Luke, but I did some research. And in every single ancient culture, they have found writings, all right? And every single one of them have wondered the same question. They're all pondering the same thing. The heat of the storm or the blast of the gene? Tonight? And tonight we find out.
Oh my goodness. Like how are these guys are supposed to be young and probably still learning their craft. I'm like, you watch this match and it has everything. This has a story that builds on all their other matches. It has an in-ring psychology that incorporates like their preview tags, the things they've done to each other in those preview tags, and things they do to each other at various points in that match. They fucking build on stuff. This is fucking awesome. And I couldn't believe there was another match on after this because I'm just like, good luck topping this match. I fucking if I said I love this yet, dude, it's all right. I don't mean this in a bad way, but when I say this, maybe it's just my ADHD brain, but it's kind of there's this slow start about it in a good way. But everything they do is kind of like an intense, hard hitting thing, and then the guys just like it's like a one-upmanship. I've hit you with something. Hey. I've hit you with something. No, fuck you. All this kind of stuff. But all the moves, it's like it's got this kind of extra sauce on them. And they're all fucking really snappy as well. Like they don't just want to beat each other. It's like they also want to out finesse each other. Like they just like, hey, not only can I beat you, I'm a better wrestler than you are.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Like I'm just better than you are. Mm-hmm. And that really shines through from both men in this match. Everything kind of fucking snaps and crackles and pops. And it's so good. You get like when Yuya starts off early on with some fuck your leg. It's like drop kick to the leg, drag and screw into a figure four, building and doing it snappy. So Yoda doesn't have too much time to fucking react to it. It's great. Oh my god, and it looks kind of brutal. Yuya does a German suplex, and it's like, the way it kind of just snaps, and it's just like, and when Yoda Suji takes over, it's like a boot to the face. It's some of his offense and lariat, and just fucking smashing Yoda down, and all this kind of stuff. And both men do these things to each other without an upper hand until Yuya Uemura goes up to the top rope, and this is how he broke his arm. If you remember, he goes for the top rope, and guess what? Yoda moves, and that means Yoda. He sees blood in the water straight away. Cross arm breaker on Yuya, and Yuya has to make the ropes. It's fucking Yuya
that was a great spot because he
dude.
did like the spinning boner lock, but he did the cross arm breaker, and it was very fleet of foot kind of thing. And that spot comes back later.
Yeah, and he's a big dude too. So to make a move like that, kind of it's fast and smooth. It looks amazing. Yuya, he tries for some leg fuckery again, but when that fails, it's bridging suplex time. Bridging German, no. Bridging dragon, no. Another bridging German. I'm like, oh my god, dude, just. You don't need to do a high fly flow, my dude. Can you just stick to these beautiful suplexes? I say that, and then he hits the high fly flow, and it looks fucking incredible. It's like watching Tanahashi 20 years ago hit a high fly flow. You know, like it's amazing.
You remember
yeah,
that thing we used to joke around about? It would be like Tanahashi in space just doing the high fly flow.
yeah,
It's that picture. Like that's what he was able to do. Is like he flattened out and made that like look like a fucking bird in the air. It's so cool,
yeah.
man.
Look, there's
I also really like you mentioned those suplexes. Those suplexes were so cool. One of the reasons they were awesome is because every single one of them was contested. It wasn't like he was just
yeah.
suplexing dude. It was like, like fucking Suji's trying to get out like hard. And like, you just like, no. And there's a lot of that in this match.
Yeah, and that kind of brings us towards like the end here. There's a heaps of awesome reversal, big move stuff, but then Yuya puts on the deadbolt, right? And Yoda's like, I'm not going for the deadbolt. You know what? Fuck, that's young lion shit. I'm not doing that. And Yuya's like, yeah, you are. No, I'm not. No, you are. And not only does he get the deadbolt, but it's almost like there's too much deadbolt, you know, like in his wanting to put this move on Yoda Tsuji, he throws him too far, which, Yoda would have just made the ropes anyway for the pin. So that was never going to work. But but it also gives him a chance to kind of regroup. So as soon as Yu Uemura turns around, biggest fucking gene blaster you ever seen. It's over.
Awesome.
1, 2, 3. Yoda Tsuji retains. I fucking love this match. It is art. It's for fucking awesome. And they're just gonna build off this for more. This story ain't over. It doesn't matter if there's a title involved anymore in the future. You just want to see these guys like this. Oh yeah, I love this match.
Yeah. Tsuji popped in the screen like for that gene blast, just like that ref did earlier in the Stardom match. Just slipped right in there, Also, another thing that's really cool about this match is that so Tsuji's like a lot of his offense is leg based. Well, Yuya goes fuck your leg, but then as soon as Tsuji gets those opportunities, sometimes he's going for stomps and it doesn't work. Earlier in the match, you talked about how Yuya came off the top and he went for the splash, but no, he missed it, and then that led to a bunch of that spinning cross arm breaker. Well, later on, Tsuji jumps off to do one of his stomps, but he misses, and now his leg's fucked, dragon screw. I mean, it was very good symmetry wise as far as the storytelling and everything. I thought it was fantastic. These guys are great.
Matches dance. And there's lots in it. There's a lot.
Yeah, that's true.
There's lots in this. It's like I love Shingo Shooter. I love the dog pound cage match. There's lots of stuff to love on both nights. This is my favorite match of Dontaku.
Yeah, it's probably the best one, I would say.
Yeah.
LIJ come out and celebrate with their guy, and we're like, oh fuck, we get to see it. Everyone's like, oh shit, they're back. And Naito, for real, this is the for real last salute, and this is the end of LIJ right here, right?
Yeah.
But Gabe Kidd doesn't give a shit. He comes out, he challenges Tsuji for Dominion. And that's awesome. So
yeah,
happy.
You never beat me. It was a double knockout.
Mm-hmm. Here we go.
Hook it up to my veins, yes, please.
So that's great.
Yoda Tsuji has some really good feuds with ongoing feuds with some wrestlers that I love. So I love Yoda Tsuji too. By the way, so have I said that yet as well? Oh my god. Anyway, do you want me to take the main event as well, or do you want to take it?
So the main event is the IWGP not tag match, regular match, title match. It's Newman versus Goto, and I don't hate this match or anything. No. It's not I got one problem with it, but it's a problem I've had with a lot of Newman matches that I just wish he wouldn't do. We get a video package. It's cool. It's like, hey, I am the young guy. I kick balls, but not anymore. Now I wrestles. So it's that, and then. When they finally come out, Yoshihashi's out there to, hang out with his fisherman buddy, and United Empire out to support Newman. We get big Goto chants at the top, and Goto dodges the Prince of Pace spot at the beginning and acts like he's cool. Like he does that. He goes, like that kind of. And it's like, grow up. It's ridiculous. So Newman throws Goto to the outside and hits a babyface plancha. They fight on the outside, and Newman starts doing his like, oh, I'm really hurt thing. I hate it. the other wrestler doesn't know what to do. The ref doesn't know what to do because Goto's like, well, I want to kick your ass, but if you're hurt, I'm not going to kick your ass while you're hurt. Are you actually hurt? And then we have that awkwardness in the match. And Newman does that in all of his big matches, and I don't like it. I've had enough.
Yeah, it's like I see what you mean, and it's also like when like T10 will do that drive-by kind of thing. Like, why are you still doing that? No one knows how to react to it. It's dumb.
Right.
Like,
I know a guy, GCW referee Max Recon, and he will tell anyone that will listen, if you throw up the X as like a storyline, I will kick your ass. That's what he says, like to anyone.
Boy who cried wolf, right?
Yeah, he said that is for real situations. It's not for kayfabe. And he gets really pissed off when that kind of thing happens. And that's kind of how that feels a little bit, what he's doing. So it just feels like you're getting cheap heat in a way that is not cool. That's kind of the way I look at it. But anyway, Red Shoes has to protect Newman from Goto right here. And that's fucking weak. That buries everybody. So don't do that. But then after acting like his neck hurts legit, he hits a huge dive. Tope con Hero lands on his feet. He's fine. He pauses to be like, ow. But Newman gets a kick in the corner, a tiger suplex. That was really cool, but he can't bridge because his neck is ouchy, you see. So Newman outsmarts Goto several times when he's doing this little, misdirection thing, but Goto still wins the exchange because he's the greatest wrestler ever. Why can't he not win that exchange one time? He wins that exchange every single time, and I hate it. So he gets a sushi Garoshi after that, too, and that's what I'm going to call it. So Newman gets knocked down over and over and over again. Goto standing over him for half the match. I hate that. It's like Goto's like booked like a monster heel in this match. Like he's stalking heat, and that's not what this match is. So it doesn't make sense. But Newman puts his arm behind his back and takes shots, and it goes really poorly for him. And then he spits in Goto's face. Newman gets a suplex, then eats a GTW for 2. They fight on the apron. Oscutter on the apron. They're both dead. And I really like that. And I was like, okay, that's really cool. Then we get a running knee and a top rope double stomp for Newman, and he gets 2. That's cool. Newman gets a Rainmaker for 2 because he's the last man to take the Rainmaker in New Japan Pro Wrestling. And I was
it's a shitty looking Rainmaker, too.
I don't care about that. Newman gets an Oscutter in the ring for 2. Fireballs for 2. Thought it was something else, but they're calling it Fireballs. Okay, some really cool reversal stuff here at the end, like really good. I didn't write all it down, but it's very good. Then Goto hits a Rainmaker of his own for a double town, and then Goto hits his old finisher for 2 count, and then he wins LOL.
Yeah, look, there's good stuff in this match. There is. But they didn't book Callum particularly strong. Leading into himself. This, I mean, sure, he got to pin Yoshihashi, but everyone's done that. Like I'm pretty sure I've done that, and you've done it. Everyone's done it. Like everyone in New Japan's beaten Yoshihashi at some point, right? Like it's not that big a deal. I'm not saying you needed to pin the champ or anything like that, but. In the preview tags, if you want the team or the person going for a gold to look strong, you have him pin Taka a few times. You have him defeat the Dick Togo or the Gato or even the Bag and you know what I mean? Like you have him win at least and stand tall, and then maybe during the match or post-match, get a fucking move or something in on the champ and go like, fuck you, I'm going to get you, mate. Like, oh, is this close this time? Oh, something, anything.
He was never this close, though. He was never this close. So.
Never that close. So this is another in a line of title defenses. As I said, he's only had one that's been convincing, David Finlay. The rest, I've been like, Goto wins lol. I never watched the match. Like, this is your main event on night 2. And I said to you on our chat, maybe night 1 should have been this match. And you're like, no, it's the main title. It has to be the last match of the thing. I'm like, yeah, but this doesn't have the big fight feel. No offense to Callum. He's great. I feel like he, apart from the X thing, I feel like he acquitted himself really well here. I thought he was impressive. He took this spot and he did absolutely everything he could with it. I thought he was great. but I never thought he was going to win. Nothing they ever did made me think it could go the other way ever.
Crowd liked
Because
it, you
yeah,
know,
but
and I think the internet liked this match too, but I didn't really like it that much.
yeah, no, I think this title reign's a dud, and it's not
You
just
think
because
so?
yeah, but it's not just because it's Goto. It's because he's got easy challenges. It's like if Magnus Carlsen was world champion and you're giving him people that rated 1,000 points less than he
Okay.
is, and he's
Yeah,
just going
but
to checkmate him in 10 moves. Like, get out of here.
Yeah, but let's not compare Goto to someone who's the
To the
best
greatest of all time.
ever at
Yeah.
something that they ever did, because he is certainly not that. Maybe
It's funny.
fatherhood.
It's
Maybe
funny.
he's
I
the
was,
best ever as a father, or saving naked men. We know that he's very good
yeah,
at
that's
that.
right.
So
He's very good at that. Yeah, I almost made an Okada comparison because of his title matches. He always had this factor of making me believe. But then I was like, I'm not comparing him to Goto
no,
either.
don't
That's like
compare
there's
him
no.
to anybody
But
but himself.
look,
So
all right. So that match happened, and then post match, I get something I like. Zack Sabre Jr. comes out and he's like, "Hey, I want my gold back." I'm like, "Fuck yeah, give me that." And then New Japan's just like, "Hey, Luke, we realize we've been doing you and Mr. Guy dirty, so we won't just have one of your favorite wrestlers, in the world. All right, might as well be of all time. Come out. Let's have two of them come out because Shingo comes out too, and he's like, "Oi, I'm single, no kids, no faction." I'm like, well, after a promo like that, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of ladies in the crowd that are willing to help you out with two of those things.
yeah,
You know, if he
there's
so
a lot.
decides.
Ladies in the crowd are forming their own wrestling factions, right and left.
Oh
So
yeah,
you're
that's
right.
yeah, that's right. And his kids are not going to be shooter fans, that's for sure. But and he's just like, I want that title, and I'm like, oh my god, I want to see both these guys kick the shit out of Goto. So I can't. I don't not sure. I'm not sure what happens. Does Zack Sabre Jr. and Shingo have to wrestle each other first for the
Yep,
right?
at Resurgence, and this happened before, but Zach beat Shingo to get the title
Right.
shot, right? So this is kind of the inverse. I'm assuming Shingo's going to beat Zach here,
Yeah,
and at Resurgence, and then he's gonna beat Shingo or Goto and take the title and never give it away.
that's right. So I would have even been happy with a triple threat, and I know the good way to do triple threats is to sort of incorporate all three at the same time. But I would have been happy if Shingo and Zack Sabre Jr. just dumped Goto out the fucking ring and then just wrestled each other most of the fucking match, please.
It's
So,
like when two like skilled baby faces face like the dickhead heel in the triple threat, and they just start
yeah,
kicking his ass, and then they give the crowd what they want. Yeah, that's good
that's
times.
right.
I like that.
Yeah, so I finally we're giving him some credible opponents. Times two. I hook this up to my veins. I get Zack Sabre Jr. versus Shingo. I guess
Do you
we'll
have to
figure out.
take it intravenously? Like, is
Yeah.
that? Do you have to?
Well,
You can snort it.
What about a suppository? Can I do
Boof it.
that?
Yeah, you could boof it if you want.
Yeah.
I think it's safer. Just saying.
To Gucci brand suppositories as well. Like, so yeah. Even though we're not really watching Resurgence, like I want this stuff, and I'm happy that there's like a decent, cool direction for that world title at least, because I want either one of those dudes to wrestle Goto
Right.
and kick the shit out of him. So thank you.
But-
yes, give me that. I want.
But that direction has nothing to do with Goto.
No.
The fact that it's good has nothing to do with him. So, which is funny.
Yeah. All right. So that was two pretty good shows. I think it might overall from top to bottom. I might have liked maybe not one a little more, maybe, but the best match on both nights was definitely for me Yuya versus Yoda, and that was art.
Folks have to wait to the end of the year to hear my top 5 Road 2 and Wrestling Dontaku matches. So we'll get to that at the end of the year.
Yeah,
top 10.
That's right.
Episode.
Unless you want to tell us now. Otherwise, I have a wrestler diary, and it's episode 12 by Ryohei Iwa, leg reveal and stuff. There's a photo of Ewa with a can of beer in front of him and a hat on with flowers on it.
But not leg and stuff?
No, this is just the
Oh.
and stuff. He starts with the stuff, and then we'll get to the legs,
I
maybe.
thought the and stuff was something else.
Yeah. This is dated April 16th, 2025. I've been wearing short tights since the Ryogoku show. And here's a photo of him from the back. Yep, wearing short tights.
There you
and
go.
There's some leg there.
And stuff.
And there's definitely and stuff there for those who are interested. You might want to have a look at Ryo Haewa's diary this time. You might like it. I don't know. People might dig that. That's cool with me. I used to show my legs back in my young lion days, but now I'm a bit self-conscious about them, and I've realized that I have to work harder on leg day. I wonder if they look good on him. There are a few reasons why I changed my costumes back to short tights. A lot of my senpais have complimented me on my legs, and they're much more breezy than long tights. That said, I need to be careful with short tights, since if you get the fabric wrong, accidents can occur. I used my favorite color, silver, and the team color, orange.
Marty's favorite color too.
Yeah,
Silver.
that's right, silver. Yeah.
Mhm.
People often skip leg day because it's the toughest of all training days. You can't skip it if you're a fucking junior, because it's fuck your leg is all over the joint. You
true.
gotta do that's mostly leg days. What are you
It's all
talking
leg
about?
day. Every
Yeah,
day
it
is
must
leg
be a
day.
heavy thing.
Mhm.
Yeah, right.
It's an upper body business, brother.
People often skip leg day because it's the toughest of all training days. But personally, I think if you skip leg day, it hampers your upper body muscle development. So
Oh,
I'll
shit!
never skip it.
And this is an upper body business.
That's right.
So he doesn't skip leg day because it could fuck up his upper body, and this is an upper body business.
See, you fucking made the joke about it, and he's like, no, I know what's up. Come on, man.
That's
Ryo
hilarious.
Haewa knows he knows what he's doing. Also, even if you're not a wrestler, if you train your legs, it increases your metabolism, so you'll lose weight more easily. Try doing squats while watching TV at home.
Ugh, no thanks. I like to sit on the couch when I'm watching TV.
Yeah, because
I'll squat on the couch and stay there.
I like to sit on the couch. I like to sit on the floor. I like to sit on the arm of the couch. I like to walk around the room. Like, yeah, that's how I watch TV. Charity's used to it, so
No
as long as
squats.
I'm not walking in front of the TV or nothing, it's fine. And I do squats and I push up. No, yeah, fuck that. Anyway, my favorite part of my new gear is the skeleton ear on my right knee. My ring shoes also have detailed embroidery. Please come and see them in person.
Do you think it's a load-bearing skeleton? It is. It's on his knee.
It is. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's propping the rest of his body up. Come on, man.
It's a picture of one of the ushers. That's what it is.
Man. This guy's Ewa. Man, this is all wrestling related too. So I kind of like, yeah. Now we can go to the other stuff. I recently went to a music festival and really felt the power of music.
Oh.
It was hundreds of times cooler than watching it on video. Shit. Whether it's wrestling or live music, it's better in person. Yeah. And he's at a place called the K Arena, and he's in front of this sign that says Hannah on it. I've been watching this audition program, and I want everyone to do their best so much that I can't even decide who my favorites are. And that's it. That's the end.
Oh, so he's been watching like Idol or something. That's what he's talking about.
Yeah, my favorite episodes of those, because I don't really give a shit about those type shows, because they whatever. But it's like you just want to see the fucking tone deaf people be like, not only can I sing, I would make Jesus come with my voice. Like, that's how good I am at singing. Then they sing, and it's like, and I will always love you. Yeah, that's my favorite shit. It's fucking hilarious. Never gets old.
Yeah, a lot of people like that,
More like makes Jesus shit himself and bleed from his eyeballs and ears.
Wow.
But yeah,
that's I don't think that wasn't Easter just recently. Leave Jesus alone.
Tyson would make him do something like, yeah, there we go. Takataichi is next, my friend.
That's right.
And then we got a few days off, and it is the best of the Super Junior. So we've got a lot of awesome wrestling coming up over the next month. Holy shit.
To celebrate episode 340 14. We'll
Yep,
be doing Takataichi Mania 4 next, and that's going to be very exciting.
that's right.
You guys are going to love it. So
Hook it up to my suppository.